I will read it. I'll get to that in a second. But the made-up intro I was going to give is a group of mosquitoes swarm towards Mark Harmon, but they just look. And then they go back. And they go back.
Away.
All right, our producer, Grace, who you met. A bunch of flattery, Mark. Nice to see you. We'll tell you. Here's the thing. She's so in love with Mark.
Yes.
Here's the introduction that she wrote. Like a fine wine, our next guest only gets better with age. We know and love the Special Agent Jethro Gibbs on the #1 show, NCIS. Mark Harmon, ladies and gentlemen.
That was Grace's voice. It really was.
The girl who sort of walked you around literally never leaves the office, and she walked out here just to see you.
Big fan of yours, Mark.
Do you make you feel
We went to school together. Dated at one time.
Well, did it end well?
Don't remember.
Speaking of old home, though, because I remember growing up in Los Angeles and watching your dad do the sports right here.
Yeah, I ran copy here for him.
You did not?
Really?
I did, off the teletype, at the time. And I spent a lot of time here as a kid because my dad was doing the Big 3 News here, and Cleet Roberts and
did you ever think that you might follow in his footsteps? Or?
I never thought I'd be sitting here with all you.
But when you drove through that guard gate today, was that...
Yeah, I knew exactly where it was, knew where to get off, and it's like old home. The valet parking is new.
Yeah.
That's very new.
And wait till you see your car after. That's a totally different experience.
Yeah,
I had no idea.
Oh, funny.
I didn't valet park.
Right. Here's the thing. This phrase that people use, and it is a generic phrase, quote-unquote procedurals. And then but the fact of the matter is, your show is extraordinarily popular, has only gotten more popular, is a hit here, and is a hit all around the world. Why do you think that is?
I think it's always rerun well. I think it's off to call this a procedural. I think this show is character-driven. I've always thought that, and I think it has comedy. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what originally set it apart from others. Now there's a lot of people trying to do that very same thing, but this is a very rare group of people, the crew, the cast, the group that makes this show what it is every week. I've never worked with a group as talented and as professional as this, and it's a very rare mix.
But I tell you what, and I've been on a million of these sets, it comes from the top down, and if the lead is a jerk or unpleasant, the whole thing is unpleasant. So I think, and people have said this, your co-stars have been here and have said this, that you set a particular tone.
Well, I don't know how to do it any other way. I mean, I appreciate the compliment, but I've been on those sets where it's not fun, and we work too hard to have it not be fun. So if we can enjoy where we work and you can create that kind of environment or have something to do, I don't take the credit. I don't think there's any one person any more important than anybody else on this show, and I think it's working together that makes it work.
Now, having said that, though, don't you remember 6 months or so ago there was a report about the most popular daytime TV personality? Not to put any pressure on you, but it was you, and I mean, your face is seen and known worldwide. How do you just go home and just not let any of that affect you?
I just go home. I just go home. I
take out the garbage like any other fella.
I do.
You have to.
I've always done that. I don't. Listen. It's a job. I try to do it well, and you try to do it this well, and I'm fortunate to have a job that I enjoy doing, and I know what it is. I've had other jobs, that you don't look forward to getting and going to work in the morning. This one I do.
All right, we asked people to text in. We got a zillion texts.
Are there still more coming?
People love the famous Gibbs head slap, and they miss it. What's the deal?
Yes. All right. Thank you. We've been waiting for that. Yes. Thank you. Well,
Michael gets hit a lot harder than that.
Do you put a little meat behind it?
No, I try not to. Nobody's trying to hurt anybody, but and there was a time when he was getting hit 5 or 6 times a show, and then he was getting hit half a dozen times when he's picking out the oranges on Sunday when he's going to the market, which is not so fun.
People feel they have a thing.
He's got a little bald spot on the back of his head there, but no, sometimes you miss, and sometimes it's a hard hit, and you don't try to do that, but. It's a part of the show. It's we're able to have fun with the characters and sometimes add things and subtract things, and that's the way we've always worked there, and it's one of those things that stuck.
You got a movie based on a book that people have great interest in, and you're working both in front of and behind the camera on it.
Yes, the Prey series, John Sanford. We're doing the first one we're doing is called Certain Prey. It's potentially a wheel, doing it for USA. And if the first one's good, there'll be a lot more, but the first one's got to be good.
Right.
Chris Gerolmo wrote the script and is directing, and he's terrific, and I'm happy with the script, and I start working next week.
Brand new episode of NCIS Wednesday night at 8 on CBS. Only one more episode left before the season finale on May the 17th. And did you know, Henry, in the great Mark Harmon film Worth Winning, he played a TV weatherman.
But it wasn't as good as the clip I saw this morning of you and Angie.
You did see that, right? We just needed a true actor's perspective
He's
on
going to
that.
come and be a body.
Was Sam wearing lipstick? That's the debate.
There's some debate. He might have been.
There's a lot of guys who wear lipstick in
That's
this
true.
business. So
We won't
You know
judge.
what? I made a mistake. It deserves another head slap. It is Tuesday at 8 p.m. for NCIS, of course, on CBS.
We might co-opt that
Right.
buff to the
They
head.
use that all the time.
Deserves more than a head slap.
Right.
I think so. Excellent. Thanks, Mark. Really a pleasure to have you here.
Thanks,
Delight.
Mark.
Thanks so much.
Nice
Coming
meeting
up.